Bah, nice. You okay? that's my boy. This is my boy. Okay, so we are here having this conversation today because there is something that I did, or there is something that I do that a lot of you have seen, and you have decided that this person will be worth meeting. Hello, are we good? I don't want any distractions. Okay, I think I remember this guy as well. Yeah. You wore, your pants were kind of like, I remember.
I see you double up.
Yee, you, how you doing? Chill, what? Nice. Hold on, man.
I see you're waiting for you. Are we good?
All right. So, are we good?
Yes, sir.
All right. So, randomly, I'm going to ask a question. How you doing, sir? What's your name?
Very well, sir. Adedamola.
Adedamola. Tell me what you think the word networking means.
Interaction between two.
Okay, so that's what can happen.
So you can communicate ideas, share opinions, and
Okay.
to do something together.
All right. So, say for instance, before this bootcamp was opened, right? And maybe somebody told you, hey, ensure that you sharpen your networking skills. Network with people when you get there. This is the interpretation that, you meet with people, have conversations, and collaborate, right? That makes sense. A round of applause for him. Does anybody else have a different definition or a different perspective as to what networking means? Let's have it. I'll get to you, sir. Awesome. What's your name? Peniel. Okay.
Networking is a meeting like minds, so you can exchange values.
Okay.
So you know that once you interact with this person, the value will be created.
Okay.
Or meet someone that will help you and assist your mentor.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Hold off. Let me hear you, sir.
My name is David Akinshola.
David Akinshola. Okay, I think I remember you.
Networking is more about building relationships with people.
Okay.
Not just for the benefit of today. Like networking can be exchanging ideas, exchanging values, even for future purposes.
Yeah.
And it's more about like being strategic in building relationship.
Okay. That's great. You raised up your hand, sir.
Thank you. So, networking is more like an asset. Kind of interpersonal relationship you want to keep people in society or as friends. And I'm also saying it's a kind of interpersonal relationship. Really connecting to the person you're talking to. So by the time I'm able to build proper relationship with you, I've done something from there. Very important.
Okay. So, your network, and no. I'm going off of what you said. So, say we meet, we interact now, and then maybe we collaborate. That means I'm in your network now, and you are also in mine, right? Because you didn't complete it, so it's why I was trying to see if you were going there. Who else has something different, a different perspective? So let's hear you, sir. What's your name? Kelechi. Nice one.
So I want to use an example.
Okay.
To explain networking.
Okay.
Let's assume I shot you today, and then tomorrow someone comes out.
Wait, you shot me.
Yes. Like, that's an example I'm trying to give you.
Let's clarify. This shooting we are talking about
And then someone comes out.
with your camera.
Yes, yes.
So I can understand.
Then, you posted a picture of it online.
Yeah.
And then someone comes out and says, I like this picture.
Yeah.
Who took this picture?
Yeah.
And then you go back and remember that, I'm the one that took the picture.
Yeah.
And then you refer the person to me. That's basically how networking is. It's just like a real internet. So
Okay.
it goes both ways. And
Okay.
then when I remember that you refer customers to me, and then you have a social media platform, I can also come and do things for you for free in exchange for the service you have rendered to me.
Okay. That makes sense. Let me hear you, sir.
Hey, sir. My name is Mr. Blessing. Networking to me is identifying and intentionally engaging with someone based on the future seen with the person.
Interesting. All right. So, look, you have all, like everybody who spoke, you have all defined networking. But there's a side of networking that I haven't. There's something I need to hear that I've not heard. You were raising up your hand. Let me hear what you.
My name is Alfrestos.
Okay.
So networking to me is expanding your contact base to reach other areas of expertise that you cannot cover by yourself.
Okay.
So to cover more areas in the industry.
All right. That makes sense. We are still circling around the same thing. Let me, for the sake of time, let me hear you.
Hello everyone, my name is Oriabu. So networking to me means two words.
Yeah.
Winning and chances. So
What?
winning and chances.
And chances.
So if I get to network with him, I've started to be able to network with him. I know his name, he knows mine. So if I'm going to network with him, his chances of being something like the example you give when he shoots you with your camera. If I have been able to network, like how you're able to identify people.
Yeah.
Now, when someone sees that picture online, since I'm going to network to you, I have the chance now of meeting that person like you have networked with already. So that way, I've won that chance from you.
That makes sense. Thank you everybody for your submission. Right? I feel like we are still. What I want to capture really. Are you saying anything different from what they have said? Let me hear it.
Good everyone, I'm David.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Networking is a technical terminology that was coined for social media.
Okay.
But in simple terms, it's this exchange of values in a way whereby I need you and you're valuable. You get your contact and then I can call upon you. You can also call upon me.
Okay.
But usually exchange of value.
I like that. We're almost getting there. Let me hear you.
Good day everyone, I'm Divine. So networking, I'll put it using LinkedIn as a case story because
Okay.
I know there are different definitions which everyone has given to networking. So in LinkedIn, I see that okay, this person is the front end, this person is the cyber security person. You decide to like connect with the person, and then maybe you guys will talk. Even though you know that this person is better than you look at the project and everything, you know that okay, this person has something he can give me, and I can also gain something from him, or I can even give out some things to him, or can collaborate later on something. Even though it's not immediate, you can still network with that person. You can still compete with that person, and you guys will be able to do something great.
All right. Thank you. You know what? Let me just go into. You see, there is something that I want to change your mindset concerning networking. Right? You have all given, your perspective as regards the word networking, and it's great, right? It's what every random person would say. It's what most knowledgeable people would say. Exchange of values. I meet someone, I connect. We have a confluence. We have an area that we agree on, and then we collaborate. We create something great, and all of that. That's all good. But as far as this topic goes, becoming the kind of person that everybody wants to meet, you cannot have a transactional mindset. You cannot. everybody here has talked about exchange. It's a thing of, oh, Basi making Basi. We are doing it like we are exchanging something. I give you something, so you give me something back, and all of that. That's not. I hope you're listening to me over there. Alrighty. In order to become the kind of person that everybody wants to meet, you cannot have that mindset. How you doing, my boy? You good? Well done, man. The mindset that you must take into every interaction is the mindset of, what can I give you? It's not a thing. It's not a mindset of, oh, what can we exchange? What can we give each other? I know how to do this, so what do you know how to do? So you can give me and then I can give you. That's not the mindset of the person who becomes an individual that everybody wants to meet. Your mindset must be just one-way street. It's not a two-way street, one-way street, giving value. If value then comes from there, no problem. But you must be so driven by the need to offer value, to serve, to give something of yours. That's the mindset that you must have. Let me tell you how it has served me. I was having a conversation with the convener upstairs, and I was talking about how I generally do not. So for the record, I have a lot of incredibly powerful people in my circle. Like when I say powerful, I mean powerful, wealthy in my circle. But I do not go out looking for anybody. In fact, I can tell you that about 85 to 90% of these people that I mentioned in my circle searched me out by themselves. I did not call anybody. I don't even know how to do it. I didn't call anybody. I didn't reach out to anybody. They reached out by themselves. Frank, can we have lunch? Frank, can we hop on a call? Can we have a conversation? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? Can we do that? Why? Because the way that they met me, right, or the interaction that they had with me, or how they encountered me or my work, they deduced from what it was that I was doing that this one is all about giving. Now, if you follow me on social media, you know that every day, at least every weekday, I put out content. I put out a video. Now, here's the thing that you do not know about these videos. I've had business leaders reach out to me from the United States of America, from the Middle East, from Scandinavian Europe, from Asia, reach out to me and tell me that these things you are saying for free are the things that we charge tens of thousands of dollars for, and you are saying it for free. A lot of people just move past those videos and just, well, a great video, nice. You do not understand that the magnitude of work and research that goes into what is being given for free is unimaginable. Is unimaginable. The amount of work and physical exertion that I put into that. I have never sold anything like selling a material or selling a digital product, and I've been putting out content consistently for 2 years. I only started, the first product I put out for sale was 2 weeks ago, and it was because of a question that people repeatedly asked me. Frank, how do you think? How does your mind work? That's the question people have asked me over time, and I just decided to put it together into a product, step-by-step module on how I think, how I ideate, how I extract patterns from everyday phenomenon. I just put it there. My mindset is, everywhere that I'm at, I must give something. It does not matter if anybody is giving me anything in return. I must give something. Now look at me, I'm here, your mentor, so to speak, right? You need to see me when I'm in the presence of my own mentors. One of my mentors, like the most important one to me amongst them, he's on social media as well. He does content. He's a juggernaut in the banking space, one of the top executives in banking. When he's doing content, you need to see the way people are carrying camera. That's the way I carry camera with my 300,000 followers on Instagram, 50,000 on Twitter. This, and you see me carrying cameras, setting tripod, and you see me in my shorts. I'm moving around and asking, "Oh yeah, how are you she kini by?" I will ideate. Now we have a shoot for him by the weekend. I know that this week I'm going to work on the entire, like the direction of the content, the scripting, all of it. I'm the one who does it, and I don't get a penny from it. I don't even expect a penny. So many times he has offered, Omo, make I. That's not why I'm doing this. If you're a value-oriented person, it will scream. You know, I always teach in analogies, right? I always use analogies. Let me give you an example. We are here in Ikate. If you are going to, say you are going to, what's somewhere that everybody knows on the mainland? Say you are going to Ikeja, for instance. By the time you drive out of this building, right, and you get into the highway, you see like hundreds of cars going to different places, right? All you need to do is follow your route. I'm going to Ikeja, and you keep going. Now you don't bother your head about where anybody else is going. You just keep going. You get to Third Mainland Bridge, you cross, you keep going. You get to okay, maybe you want to go in through Oshodi, or I don't even know the exact. Anyways, you are moving towards Ikeja. At that point in time, you can see Ikeja right in front of you. If you look around you on the expressway, everybody else on the expressway is going to Ikeja. But by the time that you came out of your house in Ikate here, you saw a lot of cars going to different places. Now, you did not put a signpost on your car saying, I'm going to Ikeja, join me, let's do this trip together, walk with me. You did not do any of those. What you did was, you stayed on your own route. You faced Ikeja where you were going to. Now, life by itself did a redistribution. Because you stuck onto your own route, life then sent people that will do the journey with you, that will go to Ikeja as well. Now, here's the thing. Say, for instance, you are looking at Ikeja in front of you. What's that? Oh, okay. All right. Say, for instance, now you are seeing Ikeja right in front, but there's a heavy traffic, and then everybody comes down from their vehicles and they're having conversations. What caused this traffic? This and that, blah 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 blah. Where are you going now, Ikeja? Where are you going, Ikeja? Where are you going, Ikeja? All of a sudden you realize everybody's going to Ikeja. But when all of you individually left your houses, you did not put out a signboard, you did not do any advert, you were not shouting from your vehicle saying, join me as I go to Ikeja today. You didn't do that. Life did the redistribution by itself. What am I saying in essence? If you focus on investing as much value in yourself, investing so much in yourself that you have so much value to give out on your journey, life will do a redistribution by itself and send people to you who are also on that route. People who are also going, because there was one day I sat down and I looked around and I'm like, Jesus Christ, everybody around me is either a country director or a country manager or the founder of a company or CEO or whatnot. I didn't put out any advert to say, oh, I wanted these people around me. Like, it just happened naturally. I didn't know when these relationships started happening. I didn't know when these friendships started happening. And all of a sudden, everybody around me, they are all country directors, country managers, CEOs, founders, leaders of conglomerates and whatnot. It just happened. And one day I woke up and realized that life had done the redistribution by itself. When you are going to Ikeja, you will not be aware of when the redistribution is happening. It's an algorithm that transcends what you can see. You will know when this redistribution is happening. You are just focused on your own journey. You are just going. And the direct translation of that is that you look at what it is that you want to become in life, right? And then you start to invest as much in yourself to the point wherein, because there are three indices of how should I go this route? Let me not talk about it yet. when you invest in yourself and you are filled with value, it makes you confident whenever you meet people and then you have a conversation and then you say, what can I do for you? How can I help you? How can I assist you? What are you building? Let me know. And then the person tells you, oh, I'm building this, I'm working on this. And then you say, oh, I can help in this way. I can help in this way. You don't have to pay me anything. You don't have to give me anything. You don't. Let me just assist. That's how you become the kind of person that everybody is looking for. Because you know what? Every single person, rich or poor, is looking for help. Or you don't know. I know a couple of, I don't want to say a lot, but I know a couple of wealthy people. They are looking for help because everybody around them is looking to collect something from them. Everybody around them is looking to take. And they are like, I wish I can just find one person who can just say, where is it heavy for you? So I can help you carry it. But if everybody is going, can you imagine, you meet a successful person now, maybe a founder or a CEO, and then you approach the person and say, sir, I need a job, my question to you is, do you think that you are the only one who has approached them to ask for a job or ask for help? There are thousands who are also reaching out to them online, offline, anyhow, reaching out to them. What makes your value proposition different? You don't even have connect. It's not that maybe a strong person is recommending you to them. It's on the off chance of, oh, we just met and you are just saying, oh, I need help with this. It doesn't work that way. Oh. It doesn't. So it's why I touched upon, I needed to have a feel of what we all understood or understand about networking. So long as you continue to look at it from the standpoint of exchange, I mean, you can exchange value and all of that. That's all good. But in becoming the kind of person that everybody wants to meet, you can't have a transactional mindset. Your mindset must be that of, I help you, I come out I. I help you, I come out I. Right? It doesn't have to affect the work that I'm doing. You know, I can always shuffle the work and say, okay, you know what? I have a lot on my plate right now, but I can devote, you know, a few hours into what you're building. Just let me see what you are building. Let me just see how I can quickly help and all of that. Is the mindset. It doesn't have to do with money. You having money to give somebody, or it's a skill issue. Mindset and skill. So you must enter into every interaction with the intention to help, not to receive. This beggarly mentality that we have to always be taking, it will not serve. Because think about it. If I come to you today, I ask for something. Come to you tomorrow, ask for something. Come to you next tomorrow, ask for something. If you see me by the weekend coming, won't you tell your gate man, don't allow this guy enter into this place? Right? But I, for instance, when I pick up my phone and I call my friends who are CEOs and founders, instantly they pick. If they can't pick immediately, they shoot me a text and say, Baba, I go call you in like 10 minutes. I'll call you in like 15 minutes. I didn't sign one meeting. Because they know that the crowd that they know is more interested in offering value than taking. So it's like, what do you make this guy call me? He be like, say, better don't day. He get what he want plug me. Do you understand? So it's like, I call and I'm like, Omo, Kilo Shele, tell me more about blah, 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 blah. And then he thought, I say, okay, I was in a conversation last week and they said something about something that you are doing. Now, I don't know if it tallies, but I just say make I bounce off. If you know something where you feel do, no one I go link una. I say, Baba, we go run am now. Kilo share. Well, no worry, Frank. No, once this thing pure, I got you. No worry yourself. I say, Ogbeni, it's not by that one. I don't know. I don't come out. I. That's the mentality. So all of a sudden, you just realize that when people are having conversations about you in rooms that you are not in, it's a thing of that guy, nah, correct guy, nah per se, he go plug you, he go help you, he go assist you, and he go come on. And you see, the universe has its way of rewarding. God has his way of rewarding. In the Bible, it says he sees in the secret, right, and then he rewards publicly. That's how it happened. You see that verse that says you reap what you sow. He did not say you reap where you sow. Do you understand? It didn't say you reap where you sow. The problem is that if I help you like this, or I don't monitor you, you know, say I help you. There was something that we used to do when we were in the university. You know, it was just banter, but it was fun. Say my friend comes to meet me and he's like, Frank, I found my bro, give me at all now. Then I'm like, okay, no wala. Now I give you like maybe 500 or 1,000. There you go. The next morning, if I'm passing beside you, I'll be like, show the keep me promotion on it. You will not greet me and say thank you for yesterday. Are you okay? You know. So invariably, that's the perspective that a lot of us have. It's why a lot of us have one uncle that we are targeting. He's very wealthy, and we are targeting him. But what you say? Once I can have my MVP like this, I will just bring and tell him so that he will fund it. You are joking. You are joking. When my father died, if you know how many people told me, Frank, today I adopt you as my son. Whatever you need. Thank God, me, I don't, from time, I don't know, say, Benny, talk is cheap. So I don't send any, I don't call anybody. You understand? Because I knew that because of the emotionally charged environment, people just they talk their own. Now excitement make them they talk. They don't really understand what they talk about. You get me? You understand? So, but you see, you help, you come out high. You assist, you come out high. Without necessarily bothering your head about who takes credit. You understand? A lot of us are very credit driven. I'm now my product, I'm a runner, and I may be the main guy. If you want to go fast, go alone. Or if you want to go far, you go together. That's how it works. Now this whole being value oriented, I'm going to give you an excerpt of something that I learned. It was in the Bible that I learned it, and I'm going to share with you. There's a verse that says, nations will come to your light, and kings will come to the brightness of your rising. I will say it again. Nations will come to your light, but kings will come to the brightness of your rising. You see, there's a difference between light and brightness. They are not the same thing, right? I'll give you an analogy. Say for instance, there's a many people don't stay 16 flats for a year. You don't say house where we say you have 15 other family that are neighbors. Hey, she's 16. You're 16. How about 8 flats? Well, sure, we are getting there. How about 6 flats? 6, well, sure. 4 encore. 4. Well done. Then even if you face me, I slap you. You know what? You understand? You have a lot of neighbors in the compound. Now, let me give you an example. Say you live in a house wherein you have, it's 12 tenants, right? 12 flats. Now, in that entire area, there is no light. So it's not a thing. Transformer, you no day. So there's nothing that can even bring electricity. Transformer, no day. Nobody they use gen. Nobody they use solar. Nothing. That pitch black. And then one day, maybe you just, maybe one uncle just sponsored you to go to China for a short trip. He just went, and then you bought one generator and then you brought it back. When you bring it back, right? Or maybe it's not generator, it's solar. You then bring the solar inverter and the panels, and then they install it, and then you get into there, and then you start having light, right? Now, everybody's phones in that community, where will they be charging it every night? Nations will come to your they will come to your light because they are coming to charge. Now, where does the brightness of your rising, where does that one come from? Now, if you look at that area now, during the day there's no light, right? In the night, now only your apartment, from the window they see lights. They say that's the only apartment that there's any glimmer of a hair. Now, one day you discover a way through which you can transfer light to the rest of your tenants, where they can tap light from you. So you do some connection for them. So instead of them coming to charge at your place, they now have light inside their own rooms. So you don't necessarily need to come to your house to charge anymore. And all of a sudden, that entire compound, there is light. Now, when you are looking at that compound as a whole, it's no longer light, it is brightness. Because it is the only house that is shining in the midst of the darkness. Now, here's the thing. Say, for instance, the chairman of the local government comes around, and then they're like, okay, you are talking about lights, this one, blah, blah, blah. So nobody has lights in this place. There's no electricity. We didn't know that this, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody says, oh, this house as a whole, they're always having light in the night. In fact, the entire community goes there to charge, different flats to charge. But this house is always bright in the night. Then the chairman of local government says, tenants come out, let's have a conversation. How were you guys able to figure this thing out that you now have light? Now all of them are now saying, oh, sir, it's not really also. We have one tenant that whatever light that you are seeing from us, it comes from him. We tap light from him. All of a sudden, now, the chairman of the local government no longer has conversations with the tenants. You just say, find me that person. And then they bring the person, and then start having conversation with the person. Okay, so you were able to give it happen in such a way where there's light in the entire environment. Now, here's the thing. Nations came to the light. That's people individually, they came to the light. But kings, that's the chairman of the local government, came to the brightness of his rising. What is his rising? It was the tenants that were saying, hey, don't hail us, hail him. He's the one who gave us light. He's the one who gave us. Now, he then makes you the port of call, the point of contact, the person that highly placed people begin to have conversations with. That's how it works. So that's the meaning of that verse. Nations will come to your light, kings will come to the brightness of your rising. Kings are not attracted by light, they are light by themselves. It's in your ability to infect others. Use your candle to turn on the candlesticks of every other person. That's what interests the kings. They're not like, how are you able to distribute light so efficiently? Let's have a conversation. And here's the thing. Whenever kings come to look for somebody, they can't dwell there. They have to remove the person and bring him to the palace. That's how it works. That's why you see when all of you are growing up together in an environment, somebody amongst you begins to show some kind of value, right, beyond the environment. He starts to have conversations about how he's going to change the world, or how he's going to build something incredible, how he's going to do this, and you people are looking at him like, kilo so, or God, wait till you talk like this. You don't see the environment where we dey, and this guy keeps talking, I'm going to do this. You see him, having conversations, say, how can he help these people do this thing? Maybe he goes to the people selling stuff by the roadside, and he's asking them, okay, how can, if we want to give you like a solution to what it is that the problems you are facing right now, what kind of solution would you want, to make it easier for you to sell what you're selling, or build what you're building, or do what you're doing, or they are just helping in the area, like, oh, this person this person needs medical aid, this person needs this, blah blah blah. They are just doing all these humanitarian activities and whatnot. Watch, the moment the person catches the eye of people who are wealthy in the society, philanthropists and all of that, the person can no longer stay in there with you people. That's just how it is. It's the law of redistribution, right? All the forces of nature will fight the person living in that place. He has to leave, because I'm trying as much as possible to break this thing down, because when I have this conversation, I usually have it with CEOs and whatnot. So I'm trying to help you understand this thing. You're getting it, right? Yes, sir. That's a nice one. So when they come, they can't have a conversation with you in that environment. They'll have to remove you and bring you to the palace. That's how it works. But it must start with you, first of all, having light. Can you see the process? So you have light. Then when you have light, you find a way to give others light. When you give others light, don't worry, they have become your evangelists. They are the ones who go and be shouting and be saying, this person, oh, he's the one who gave us light. That's when you now have the ears of the kings. That's when they will now start saying, okay, this light that you are exhibiting, who gave you? Oh, is this person. They meet another person. This light you are exhibiting, who gave you? Is this person. At that point, they no longer have conversations with you. They are looking for who gave you that light. When they meet that person and they're like, you are the one who gave them the light. Yes, come to the palace. Now, that person has given you light. The responsibility is on you to begin that process again. Because you now have light. Give others. If you cannot, just know you will continue to perpetuate averageness. You only have the ears of the king when you know how to distribute. So you must first of all have value within you to start with. When you have value within you, look for how to help, assist. I like the term collaborate, but it feels like the way we always talk about collaboration here is a thing of there's a transactional mindset behind it. It's like let's collab. So I'm giving you this, what are you giving me in return? That mentality can't take you far. It cannot. It cannot. I came into Lagos 2018. I'd never lived in Lagos before. So it's not a thing of, oh, I grew up in Lagos, I know people, you know, we grew up together. I had never, before 2018, I'd only been to Lagos twice, only twice in my life. I grew up in Ibadan. So it's not like, the people I grew up with, right, 95% of them are abroad. Right? They have all relocated. I'm one of the few ones remaining in Nigeria. So it's not like, oh, you see me with people in Lagos today, you're like, man, Frank grew up with them. I did not grow up with any of them. But today, I get calls inviting me, hey, Frank, Alpha now, come State House, Lagos State House. I pull up, I go there, have conversations. Randomly inside office. Sometimes I'm like, what am I doing here? How did I get here? My father, when he was alive, was a very popular, like he knew people in the high places, right? So I never thought that I would get to a point where I would also say, oh, this person is my friend, this person is my friend, because he was the pinnacle for me. Now, here's the thing. He did not transfer any of those relationships to me. So it's not like I know this person because of my father. No. When he died, those relationships died with him. So now that I'm here in Lagos, and then I sit down, you know, I sit down with CEOs, we are having conversations. Sometimes I'm just cracking jokes. And they're like, oh, my Frank, what do you think concerning blah, blah, blah? Let's have a conversation. I was supposed to have I was telling Precious, I was supposed to have a meeting today. I had to push it. The person that I was supposed to have a meeting with today is the leader of a conglomerate. We are not talking one company. We are talking groups. A group of companies, right? Both in Nigeria, in America, and in the Middle East. Different. So into oil and gas, real estate, agriculture. We're supposed to have a meeting today. Guess who pushed the meeting? Me. Why? You are the one looking for me. I pushed the meeting because I didn't know I was going to come to speak to you guys today. I thought it was going to be sometime later in the week. I didn't know it was today. So I had things arranged so I had to push the meeting. I said, oh, does Tuesday work for you? I said, I don't like coming to the island. So I wanted to do the whole thing today, but I have something else that I previously agreed to. And it's like, Tuesday is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy because I go to Abuja and return that same Tuesday. So I don't know how that's going to work. But I will try to, I'm like, nah, let's not force it. Let's look for a time that works for the both of us. And then ask me, what does Wednesday look like? I say, Wednesday is out of it. I have something for Wednesday. I'm like, what of Thursday? He said, nah, Thursday can't work. He recommended Friday. I'm like, Friday cannot work because I'm going for a lunch. You know, there's a GIG TCL launch that I was invited to observe. Right? Paid. You see? Appearance fee. Just show my face. Paid. Value. I told him I can't be available Friday. Then he said, Saturday call. I said, you see, that's Saturday. I remember the shoot. I told you that my mentor shoot. I said, I have a shoot from morning till like 2 p.m. Can we do evening? Oh yeah. He said, I had something already for evening, but I'll move it so we can see. I know smell this person when it comes to network. How much do I even have that want to start? Do you understand? Is in my idea. You will be sending me reels. You have no idea. You have no idea the caliber of people in this country. We don't. They air their reels, and it's not intentional. I have a lot going on. They will send me reels. Frank, what's your thought about this? Frank, what do you think about this? Frank, CEOs and founders, and they will say, "Oh, thank you so much for replying." Thank you for replying. You can change my life. I'm telling you, last night someone sent me a DM, and apologies if this sounds like bragging. I'm just trying to contextualize it so you can understand. Last night it was around to 12. I got a DM. Someone asked me, it's a private page, but the person's name, and the name rang a bell. I know I'd heard it before, but I couldn't remember where. Anyways, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just a coincidence. The person asked me, you are so versed. You read wide, and then your vocabulary. How is it as a function of you reading wide, or how did that happen? And then I replied. I said, I had an early start. Right? I read my first novel at age 6. A Coffin from Hong Kong by James Hadley Chase. It's not just scanning through. I read it, digested it, broke it down to my father, age 6. And as soon as I finished reading it, I picked another one. I read An Ear to the Ground, James Hadley Chase. My father had James Hadley Chase books and Sidney Sheldon books. I tore through those books. Right? So I told him I had an early start. I read books a lot. These days I don't even read as much as I used to. These days I spend it more thinking, ideating, consolidating on the plethora of information that I have garnered. Right? That's right. So I replied him, and he was like, "Oh wow, you replied. Wow. Thank you so much for replying. I didn't even think you were going to reply this and that." I'm like, yeah, I'm always happy to share from the little I know. It was like, little, blah, 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 blah. It's not little, this and that. Then he introduced himself. My name is blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, I can see that on your this thing. My name is Frank. He said, we all know you. I'm like, okay, sir. He was like, I see that some of my friends are following you. And I started mentioning names. That's when it occurred to me the caliber of the person I was having a conversation with. He started mentioning names. These were people that I was looking at. OG, Egbon. Do you understand? We are talking like the people who are like running Lagos. Do you understand? I was like, oh, this was my friend. We went to this thing together. This one, that one. I'm like, I'm like, that's nice. Well, nice to connect. I say, yeah. Let's hop on a call, man. This and that. Sent in his number. I sent mine. I know, as I'm talking to you now, I know that he replied with a message. I slept off, so I don't know till now what he wrote there, right? What he wrote as a response. But I'm not bothered. You know why? But I didn't initiate this conversation. They are the ones looking for me, right? But I wasn't always like this, right? There was a time when I felt like the world had moved past me. I was in what the believers will call the cave of Adullam. Now, what that means is you are in a place of solitude where God is preparing you. Do you understand? So I was there, but the only thing I was doing at that point in time was I was pouring into myself, studying aggressively and voraciously. That was how I was building up myself, reading any and everything. I always say something. I say I have a plethora of useless information. Do you know the range, right, of industries that I have like conversations in, and I can flow seamlessly because I know I have no problems whatsoever with communicating value because I know I've prepared myself, I've invested in myself. So you see, becoming the kind of person that everybody wants to meet starts from you working on yourself first. Look at what you are here to do, right? We're talking tech skills, but it goes way beyond that. Way beyond. Have you done any coding today? I heard you had a conversation about you had a lecture about public speaking. You know what, you see what I'm doing? You see that is public speaking. Let me tell you something. Let me quickly tell you something. It does not matter what you are building. If you don't sharpen your public speaking skills, you see the kind of hunger that will wipe you. Especially if you don't have somebody in your team who can communicate like that. You think Steve Jobs was the main engineering guy? It was Wozniak. Wozniak did not know how to Wozniak was all numbers. Steve Jobs was the orator. He will cook stories. God damn it. He will cook stories. He will be like, Jesus, OTM, belly, apple. I'm not sure Juba Iloni. Oh, good. Elon Musk was not. He was very antisocial. He had to learn. The smile that Elon Musk is doing now, he had to learn. Because first of all, you are building things that the average person cannot relate to. Do you know, there's a reason why if I'm explaining something to you and you don't understand, be like, it's not hard, it's not rocket science. So, we all use rocket science as the template for like the most difficult thing to understand. That's where Elon went to build his nest. Add that to the fact that he didn't know how to communicate. It was a problem. He had to learn it. He had to left to Elon, he will not interact with anybody. He does not have time. His life is very unidimensional. Work, 100% signal, no noise. That's his life. But you have to learn how to communicate because you want to sell to yourself. When Tesla started encountering problems, when people did not understand electric vehicle, and incidentally, Elon employed people who were just like him. So the sales department, they know they sell anything. Somebody came to test drive Tesla and left. You did not send them follow-up email. You had about over 10,000 people who had come across the outlets in Europe. Nobody they send follow-up email. Why? Because the vehicle sells itself. I mean, like driving, you should know that. You should know what. It was when Elon brought in the CEO at the time. I'm trying to remember his name now. Before that one even resumed, that one said, wait, why are you not selling it? What's going on? And then I asked the sales department, I said, okay, so how have you guys been following up with people who came to test drive? And I said, we don't follow up. Why are you not following up? And then they saw, and then that week alone, they sold thousands of vehicles because all of them were doing the way Elon was doing. Now Elon had to learn how to communicate. So public speaking is not only for preachers or for pastors or for teachers or for politicians. All of us knew. Do you know the future is a technocracy? You see, each and every one of us will become influencers very soon. I hate that term. I hate when people call me an influencer. I hate it so much. But there's nothing I can do about it. Early this morning, a founder called me from Ontario, from Canada. Very early this morning. And then it was a video call. Then we're talking. And then she was telling me, she said, so, Frank, as an influencer in this generation, I'm like, point of order. I'm not an influencer. I don't like. She was like, okay. And then she made mention of it again later on in the conversation. I said, please, that's the influencer you are calling. I don't like it. She said, but there's nothing you can do about it. So, because you have influenced me and how I think. So this is my experience. So as far as I'm concerned, you are an influencer. Now, the way they use the terminology over here just because you have thousands of followers and then you think you're an influencer, that's not really it. That's not really it. When people like Dr. Lakule Shoria will say stuff like there will be a fading of old voices as we've known and a rising of new voices as we are yet to know, the rise of no-name boys and girls. He's not talking about people who have. He's not talking about social media numbers. He's talking about people who, when they speak, it sustains the ability to transform people's minds. That's what he's talking about, right? That's what a lot of us are going to be doing in the future, regardless of the field that you're in. Because you see, you first of all be an influencer for yourself, to project yourself, personal branding, right? So as a function of that, the people's experience of you as an individual is what we translate into your product or whatever it is that you are building. Why do you think that Jesus Christ, oh my God, when you are buying Tesla shares or buying SpaceX shares, right, what are you really buying? Who owns Tesla? Who owns SpaceX? What are you really buying? You are buying Elon. It's Elon Musk you are buying. Because over time he has proven to you that, I know this thing that I'm doing. So all of a sudden, you are going to a point where if Elon says, we are going to build floating buildings. Logic will tell you this thing that this guy says is nonsense. But now Elon Musk talk him. You understand? Now Elon Musk talk him. You go and rethink. You'll be like, if there's any human being on earth who can do this thing, now Elon Musk. And the thing when they can talk this thing, you don't see something. IPO is on Wednesday. Let me go and withdraw from my Pampe so that I can buy stocks. It won't make sense to you, but you will align. Do you know what? Hey, Jesus Christ, SpaceX, the IPO of SpaceX was 2 Wednesdays ago. The valuation of close to $2 trillion. Never before has any IPO gotten to that number. $2 trillion IPO. Initial public offering, $2 trillion. Instantly, thousands of people became millionaires. Look, on the spot. People who have been working at SpaceX since that had 0.01% equity. 7 minutes. Oh, I got you. 0.01% equity. Those people who started working early on at instantly became millionaires that day. What is SpaceX doing? Multiplanetary existence. Elon Musk is telling you one day. All of us like one day. Go to Mars. And if you ask Elon, have you been there? Not yet. But I've studied Mars. So we will get there. I understand the topography. We will get there. Now you can see why Elon had to learn public speaking or how to communicate, because it's difficult to communicate the fact that you want to take people from Earth to another planet, to go and colonize another planet. It's an insane thing to say. You are tired of Earth. You've conquered Earth. You want to go and conquer another planet. We are not talking kingdoms, so we are not talking kingdoms and dynasties, right? But what even made Elon get to that point in time where all of us are trying to associate with him is value. Value. He has proven it time and time and time again. His company Zip2 that he did with his brother, he sold it for about $300 million in 1999, right? Then PayPal with Peter Thiel sold it for on the plus side of $1 billion much later. Took all the money, put inside Tesla and SpaceX, built Tesla, revolutionized the entire electric vehicle industry. People saw that and they're like, the boy, let's study this guy, yo. And then he did that, and then he said, we are building rockets. First launch failed, second launch failed, third launch failed. It was the fourth one that worked. It was at breaking point. His last 30 million. People were begging his family and friends, just to no. This money, use it to build, use it to save Tesla, because Tesla was also struggling. He split that money into 15 million. 15 to SpaceX, 15 to Tesla. I say, if I perish, I perish. We die there. So somebody who put his last card into something like that and then built it to $1 trillion companies. He now says, now we want to build bridges that don't have pillars. They will just be dangling, you know, and it's going to be motorable. You first of all, I was like, but what you don't so you? Are you smoking? What's going on? Then he tells you he's serious about it. I'm serious about it, though. I'm serious about it. We need investment. We need investment. Yes, precede $2 billion. People will give him the money. Let me tell you what it means to have so much value that even your enemies are investing in you. When Elon bought Twitter, X, he bought Twitter for $44 billion, right? Jack Dorsey was the founder of Twitter. So Elon bought Twitter from Jack Dorsey. Elon fired like 80% of the staff, right, and changed the entire orientation and ideology of Twitter. Twitter was failing at that point in time. Failing. The market valuation was plunging, like seriously. Jack Dorsey was one of the people who came out to say Elon does not know what he's doing. What kind of nonsense is he has ruined this app. I have another app that I'm building. Like, also when we are done with it, everybody will move to that place. This Elon does not know what he's doing. Elon took X, that's Twitter, to put it under his AI company, XAI, right? XAI he now did a showcasing of robotics, the Internet of Things, all the things that they have done and all of that. Put that out. The valuation increased. Now, X as Twitter did not exist as a single company anymore. It was embedded inside XAI, and the company was shooting. That was how the valuation of Twitter moved up. It just moved up. He didn't have to hire anybody. He was operating at 20% strength, and he boosted the valuation. Right now, guess one of the biggest investors in SpaceX's IPO that they did two weeks ago, 2 Wednesdays ago, Jack Dorsey. In fact, Jack Dorsey, that day, his valuation got to around $2.19 billion. $2.19 billion that day. That's the person that say Elon does not know what he's doing. Why did he invest? His value. Becoming the kind of person that everybody is. But you see, Elon had to build that value in himself first, right? Now he doesn't need to announce to anybody to come and invest. Even me, I invested. My friends invested. Even if it's changed, which I did. Yeah, Elon Ambato. Elon is our guy. Do you get me? That's what it is. So concentrate on investing in yourself. Keep I'm telling you, man, it's so important. What you are seeing right now is a product of me sitting down to look at my life and what do I need to learn? I must learn this thing aggressively. You are already here, so it's already a good sign. You have started well. This is a good sign. You are here. This is serious business. I'm telling you, it's serious stuff. Life or death, Lawayi. Do you understand? Make or mar. War front. That's the way that I approach it. You see, I like when they give examples about. I love the military a lot. We are not talking like Nigerian military is not giving me so much to be open about. So, but military from an American standpoint, right? I observe. I look at a lot of their trainings and things that they do. There's a quote in Ranger School that says, the moment your enemy is in sight, so are you. He hits you, Abi. He hits me, gone. Because I sat down and I thought about it. What are my targets in life? Because you see, the moment you identify and lock in on the target, that target has seen you as well. See, we always look at it from if you are playing video games, Call of Duty, Black Ops, I know, this you get me. The moment you pull out your gun and then you sight a target, you won't know how they just start shooting at you. And you're like, how did you sight me? Look, the moment your mind registers that my next financial target is 100 million naira, and your mind registers it like this, you will start having 100 million naira problems. Even though it's 1,000 that is in your bank account, I'm telling you, that target that you have logged in on, it has seen you as well. It will now start testing you to see if you have the bandwidth and the capacity and the stamina to get to that level. That's how it works, right? So you're already here. You have put yourself in trouble by being here because you have locked in on a target. Your target is to become successful, well-rounded, not just in tech, but in capacity building, in leadership, and all of that. Best believe those targets that you have identified you too. So don't be surprised when the moment you leave this place, you will start having different kinds of appetites or burdens or stress levels that you did not have before this experience. You start having it. You must interpret it from the lens of my target has seen me because I have seen it. I had it unlocking. Oh yeah, we died here. That's the mentality. It's war front. They are fighting every day. As I'm speaking to you, I have scheduled the video that will drop today, 8:15. I'm sure it has dropped. By the time I go upstairs now, I would have seen thousands of views. I can guarantee you. I know what I recorded. Is the confidence because I have worked. So you must understand the investment that you do is in yourself. When you then do it to a certain point, right? When you have gotten to a point of competence, you now extend it. What do you need help with? It's not money. We're not talking money here. You are building this thing. How can I assist you? How can I help you with this? Don't bother your head about if he's giving you back or if you don't do. It's rehearsal. What I'm doing with you right now is rehearsal. It's both selfless and selfish. It's selfless because I am imparting. I'm giving you strategies that you use to succeed in life. But it's also selfish. You know why? Because I'm rehearsing. Every moment that I get to have a conversation with somebody and impart into them, I am practicing. It's rehearsal. One day I will stand in the presence of kings. At that point in time, I won't need to rehearse. It's muscle memory. I won't have to rehearse. You think when Joseph was made the prime minister of Egypt, you think he was rehearsal that he was doing there? He had been preparing. When he was at Potiphar's house, he was the manager of the house. Potiphar said, the only thing I will bother my head about in this house is what I will eat. Every other thing you are in control. When the unfortunate incident happened and then he went to prison, when he got to prison, the jailer of the prison, he told Joseph, you are in control of everything in this prison. Manage it well. Right? The only thing you cannot do is release yourself. You cannot release yourself. But everything else, you are in control. Handle it. Manage it. When Joseph now got to the palace and interpreted Pharaoh's dream, you see, the dream got him to the presence of Pharaoh, but it was competence that got him the job. You don't become prime minister because you can interpret dreams. That's not how it works. You become a prime minister because you have irrefutable managerial skills. You can handle things. That's what got Joseph the position. Do you understand? So it's a thing where if Joseph didn't go through all those things that he went through, if he had gotten to the palace, the king would just say, you are so wise. Take these 2 plots of land at Ikate. Then one of my daughters, marry her. Bye-bye. If he didn't have managerial skills, but he knew his strengths. That's why he told Pharaoh, after he interpreted it, he said, go and find anybody who can handle it the way that I have described it now. He said, there's no point now. You have already talked about it, and we can see your track record in Potiphar's house, in prison. We can see that you have worked. Oh yeah, take the position. That's how it works. But you work on yourself. But you see, all the time that you are working on yourself, it will be as if life has forgotten you. It will be as if God has forgotten you. I'm telling you, I passed through my own period. I'm still passing through my own period. Even though now it looks like, Fran, people are beginning to notice. I know that I've not started yet. Look at my mentality. Amy. I'm on the way. I just branched to greet you people. I'm going to the United Nations, World Economic Forum, World Bank. That's where I'm going to. Do you understand? I don't grant. Do you understand? I just branched to have a conversation with you. If you want to journey with me, set sights. You know where I'm going. I've told you. You know where I'm going. More money. That's the idea. But you see, it's not just random people that end up there. No, you will build capacity. You will build stature. You will put yourself through some kind of hey, my God. You see, the man who is on fire does not wake up to alarms. He is the reason others wake up. Do you understand? I've tried discipline. I've tried obsession. Obsession is in fact, obsession is discipline for breakfast. You see, when you need a calendar, right? So if you have a goal in your life and you need a calendar to remind you of your goal, you are not ready. You are not ready. You are not ready. My goals and aspirations are on my mind 24. I don't have there's no time that I'm not thinking about it. We can be cracking jokes now and I'm thinking, or Benny, and he said. But I wasn't always like that. It's why I'm telling you, you can learn it. Do you understand? You can. So, work on yourself. Increase your capacity. I did not come from a wealthy. We grew up in Ibadan and in Grandma Molete. I was surrounded by thugs. Growing up. They loved me die because I sabi play football. Thugs. People will be saying you go watch TV during election. They don't arrest them because they thief ballot box. One idea or party by your guys. When they play ball together, you see them. They line them up. They don't thief ballot box. The following weekend, we now go play ball together because they don't release them. Their godfather don't release them. We now play ball together. I'll say, you watch TV. Don't parade them only. Those were the people that I grew up with. I'm here now speaking in presence of governors, in the presence of leaders of conglomerates, and I know that I've not started. How much more you having this kind of opportunity at this point in time? Utilize it. It is war front. Do you get me? Yes, the greatest investment you will ever make is in yourself. Then after a while, you then spread it. That's the idea. What's here? Yes, all right, man. I'll see you guys. Yeah. Sorry,
So before you go, Before you go, I just want to open the floor for one question. We're behind you. Very quickly, let's go.
Alright, my name is Samuel Maolamiye, and I'll say a big very thank you so much for this. So
I know you. You don't minimum interview. I don't share. Well, let's hear it.
So my question is the cave of Adullam, as you said. That moment, I know some people right here now, including me, feel like we are not doing enough. We want to do more. And actually we are trying our best. So when you were in that cave of Adullam, what you did was prepare for that moment. You know the goal. Prepare for that moment. You were reading, you were grinding. And that was your motivation. So I just wanted to say something else you didn't say.
What amount of money will you hit? And then you say, I've made it in life. This is my target and I've made it in life. If you have arrived at that decision, raise up your hand. Can you see what I'm saying specifically? You people have not locked in on a target. You have not. If you pray today and you say, God, give me financial increase. This year I made 10 million. Lord, give me financial increase. If next year you made 10 million and 15,000 is financial increase. God answered your prayer. You are the one who did not put a specific target. It has to be specific. It's negotiations. You see, there are different. I don't want this to be like a theology song, but there are different dimensions of God that you interact with. There's God the government, God the benevolent, then there's God the capitalist. God the capitalist, I don't care. Get me my ROI. That's what was captured in the parable of the talents. Gave this one 5, go and trade with it. Gave this one 2, go and trade with it. Give this one 1, go and trade with it. Give him my ROI. This one came back, say I've traded with it, I now have 10. Nice one, great guy. This one I've traded with 2, I now have 4, great guy. That one that the person gave 1, that one you not trade, that one went to hide it and then brought it back. Now here's the interesting thing about that parable. The guy did not lose the talent. He not lose them. He just did not multiply it. That's how you know the true measure of stewardship is multiplication. If I entrust something in your care and you give me the exact way that I gave you, you are a joke. You are a joke. If I entrust something in your care, you must tell me how it has compounded itself, how it has blessed more lives than you. That's what fuels what I do. You understand? I have a gift for unusual understanding in all matters that have to do with wisdom and literature. I do. But the gift is not something that is given unto you to brag or boast about. It's not yours. You are a conduit. Through you, others must be blessed. So what I'm doing right now, that's why I say what I'm doing is both selfless and selfish. What I'm doing right now, I can go home now in the night and go and meet God and say, Baba, the thing that you gave me, sure you saw how I expended energy investing in these people. Sure you see that I am stewarding this thing that you gave. It's not a joke that we are joking here, Baba. Okay, now I need to expand my territory. I need to do this in front of 50,000 people. Okay, he who has shown himself faithful in little will be entrusted with more. Do you understand? His dealings. This one is not. Oh my Jesus. Anyways, so why I asked that question about if you have locked in on a target, I'm glad you asked that question, because it's clear that you people have not, and it's understandable. You are young, right? But let me tell God, let me tell you something. Who is the wealthiest man in the world today? Good. Look, I have Elon Musk. All the information about Elon Musk in my head. Elon Musk is the wealthiest man in the world today. What was the first company that he sold? That Zip2, the one with his brother Abi, that he sold in 1999 for $300 million. Right? You are a joker. That's not the first. The first company or product that Elon sold, he was 12 years old. It was a video game called Blaster. He did it in South Africa. It was in South Africa that he sold it. 12. He sold it for $500. Elon has been an entrepreneur a long time ago. A long time. So you see what you are seeing now is muscle memory. He has been selling things for a long time. He has been building and selling things for since age 12. It's not a coincidence that you are seeing him. There's a book titled The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. When you read that book, that's when you understand that the story of David and Goliath, the fights that they had. Goliath was the one that was at a disadvantage, not David. David was skilled in using the sling, and David did not need contact. He didn't need to be close to you to land you a devastating blow with the sling. He had practiced for years using the sling. He had become an expert at it. So all he needed was a sling and stone. Goliath was big. He couldn't really see clearly in a giant. So he was at a disadvantage. Goliath is big, David is small. As if it was hand combat they were going to. It wasn't hand combat. David destroyed him from afar. Now you have to understand that, you see, when you see people doing things at an extraordinary level at some point, go and apply first principle thinking. Go and trace. They've been doing it for long. What I'm doing in front of you, I was reading newsletter in front of my church at age 5. Age 5. In front of my church. I've never been shy a day in my life. Never. Or Olajima, so we'll talk it out. So I've had practice. Do you understand? There are a lot of things that set you guys apart. There are a lot of things, skills, God-given skills, differentiating factors that God has already given all of you, right? You will sit down, and everything that they are teaching you here, you'll be adding it to it. A lot of you won't even end up in tech. I'm telling you, this is not to say you should, but a lot of you won't even end up in tech. A lot of you might go into FMCG. A lot of you might go into real estate. But you will take some things that you have learned in this place and add it into what it is that you are doing eventually. That will be a differentiating factor. Now, this is your assignment based off of the question that he asked. Your assignment is this. Sure, we can all agree that you people have not actually sat down to decide the vision that you have for your life. We can agree that you have not done it. Good. There's no for us to lie to ourselves. What you will now do is you go and sit down. Look at your life. Look at the environment you came out of. Let me tell you something. There's no number or figure that is crazy. Somebody just became a trillionaire. In the next 5 years, there will be about 3 or 4 more that will push into that trillionaire space. Because what usually happens is once somebody breaks an economic threshold, society rearranges itself around that new reality. That's what happens. The market will respond. So, it's not insane to say you want to be a trillionaire, you want to be a billionaire. This guy, School of Hard Knocks, this guy was interviewing Dangote, James. He was interviewing Dangote and they were talking and then say, how much is the network? Say about $38 million. Dangote said, a lot of our companies are not even listed yet. On the day of Dangote Refinery IPO, watch Dangote's net worth, how it will surge. There are indications that he will be somewhere north or somewhere south of $100 million, $100 billion. There are indicators. And he said there are other companies that have not been enlisted. So what you are currently seeing Dangote as, he plenty. So nothing is crazy, right? Just ensure that it is something that resonates with you deeply. And you have taken a lot of, it's not wishful thinking. And this is not just about money. The kind of life you want to live, the kind of family you want to raise, the kind of neighborhood you want to live in. I remember I was having a conversation with you. I asked you, I said, where do you see yourself in 10 years? You say you see yourself living in Saudi. That's a very specific vision. I was shocked when he said it. But I'm like, I read this because a lot of thought. Because I asked him, I said, is this wishful thinking? He said, no, this and this and this and this are the reasons why I want to be there. I'm like, that makes sense. So you all need to look at the background that you came out from. Look at the lives your parents live. Because let me tell you, if you continue, right, you see, based on the law of averages, you are very likely to replicate the same standard of living that your parents lived. Especially if nothing radical has happened in your life to alter your thinking and the way you look at life. You will replicate what it is that you are seeing. Because monkey see, monkey do. That's how it works, right? So you must sit down, look at it, look at the kind of life you want to write it down. I'm not saying projecting, and I'm not saying writing it on your phone. I mean, you can transfer it to your phone later on, but write it with your pen and paper. Have a covenant with the pen and pad. Put it together. This is the kind of life I want to live. This is how much I want to make. This is the business I want to do. These are the kind of people I want to have conversations with. In my circle, I'm having conversations with these people. We are investing, doing this. I live in Ikoyi. I do this. This is what I can see myself. Let it look. The mind space is where we do a lot of illegal constructions. Lagos State government know the whole person to build in the realm of imagination. You can build and embellish it how you choose. Anything that you do in this life, you do twice. You first finish it here before you finish it here. Right? So you can't just tell me my aim is $1 billion. Meanwhile, in your head or in your mind, you have not even thought about that kind of money. You have not, you are joking. So you must sit down with what you want. Now, when you have now sat down with that which, like your vision for your life. I remember I was having that conversation with you, right? Actually, when you sat down, you've put this, you see some people, you see, he sent me some things that he had already put up. Let me tell you something. Hey, this thing I'm telling you, I beg you. If I have somebody tell me, when I was your age, because when I was your age, around, yeah, I was in the university, 200, 300 level, although I was preparing for what I'm doing now, so let me not just, but I didn't have the kind of tutelage and guidance that I needed that you are getting right now. So don't play with it. When you are done drawing this vision scape for yourself, this board for yourself, when you're done with that, right? You see that vision by itself, because you keep going over it. Soon enough, that vision by itself will prescribe the kind of discipline that you have. The video that I put out on Saturday, that video is on over 1 million views now. I was talking about how, you see, you do not allow people who don't understand the specifics and ramifications of your calling mock your process. They don't have to, you can't allow them describe what hard work means to you. Lion is largely regarded as the king of the jungle, right? Good. A lion sleeps about between 16 and 20 hours every day. Every day. Do you understand? Every day, 16 to 20 hours every day. And that's the king of the jungle. You look at it like this irresponsible. When do you raise your children? When do you defend your pride that you are sleeping? But you see, and then also when a lion is in heat, the lion has sex 50 to 100 times a day. 50 to 100 times a day. Now, when you see the activities that a lion exerts energy into, now you can understand why it sleeps for so long. You can understand. When you see a lion hunting, right? Lion has a small heart, has small lungs as compared to them cheetahs and leopard and whatnot. So it can't run for long. So it can stalk you for hours, waiting for the most opportune moment to pounce, right? But all of those things, in order to stalk a prey, you have to be 100% focused. You can't be focused if you are sleep deprived. Now you can understand why a lion sleeps for so long. Do you understand? But if you don't have this context and you just look at a lion snoring away, you just be like, this guy is irresponsible, right? What am I saying? When you have locked in on your vision, what it is that you want to do in life, right? You start searching out the lifestyles the lifestyle and the preparatory process of the people who are living that life, right? In the course of all of that, your own unique customized routine, it will be downloaded to you. You don't need to stress yourself. It will be you will instantly know your do's and don'ts. You will instantly know what to amplify and what to neglect. There are some things that a lot of you might be doing something, I will not follow them to do because it's not in alignment. I already know the things that I need to do. Every day you can see me, let me tell you, I spend like 3-4 hours sitting, pressing my phone, just lazing around. You have no idea the magnitude of mental calories I'm burning at that point in time. I am working internally. The day I had that last session that I had with you guys, the interview session, right? Individually, I spoke with about over 100 of you guys. At night, I was one of the last people to leave, right? I was depleted, empty. I was tired. Now, to somebody else, they might look at me and just say, what did he do? He was just talking. You have no idea. It's not, I'm not just talking. I'm literally pouring into you guys from everything that I'm made of. I'm pouring. So it's life force and energy that is coming out of me. Like, it's not words. I'm in spirit to spirit conversation because I truly mean what I'm saying. I truly mean what I'm saying. It's a deposit. And for as many as people who believe what it is that I'm saying, right, it will bear fruit. So I understand the specifics of my assignment, what it requires, and I follow it. I follow it. So that kind of a thing is what will happen when you lock in on your target, right? You lock in on your vision. You start to study the lifestyles of people who live that kind of life, their routine, what discipline means to them, things like that. Your own unique blueprint will come out of that process. Then you follow it, and you won't listen to anybody else who does not understand your calling and is saying do this, do that, because you have locked in on your target. That's how it works. Then you figure it out along the way. Cheers, sir.
Just to, so we just like to spend 7 hours.
Group 8.
Yes, sir.
2 volunteers from Group 8. Very quickly. I'll give you 2 seconds.
Okay. Jesus is hot. Good evening, everyone. Apart from the heat, how has it been so far? I'll just take feedback from 2 people. So if you want to, 1, 2, 3. I'll take yours tomorrow. It's fine because I need to release everybody. Jesus is hot. Okay. How has it been? Hold on.
Speak up, let them hear you.
Okay. Yeah, so I want to say that. Yeah, I want to say it has been a very, very thrilling experience, mesmerizing, very impactful and insightful. I think this is actually my best session for today out of all the speakers. This round, like, he really poured something into us, and I'm filled with the information I've gotten. My notes is even like, so I want to say a very big thank you to BoyCode Africa for giving us this platform for us to learn what some of these people do.